on News Talk 710 KURV, Edinburgh, McAllen, Harlingen, Brownsville.
How to give Ukraine a security guarantee. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. That is now being discussed by U.S. and European military leaders after Monday's meetings at the White House, where Fox's Alexandria Hoff reports.
Last night, the chairman of Joint Chiefs huddled with his counterparts from Germany, the UK, France, Finland, and Italy.
And today, an even bigger virtual meeting will be led by the U.S.
The 32 countries that comprise NATO, that is, again, to discuss security guarantees. Those will help President Zelensky build support for any kind of land concessions needed to make a peace deal. Reuters reports that one option floated is sending European forces to Ukraine operating under their own flags, not NATO, and then putting the U.S. in charge of their command.
But Russia's foreign minister is critical of European involvement, saying any talk of security must include Russia. There's also no commitment yet from Moscow for leader Vladimir Putin to meet one-on-one with Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky, which President Trump has been trying to set up. In the war in Gaza, 3 Israeli soldiers have been wounded.
The troops were attacked by more than 15 Hamas members who sprung out of tunnel shafts near an Israeli command post in Khan Yunis. The militants used guns and anti-tank weapons in an attempt to infiltrate the fortified position. It's being described as an organized and unprecedented attack.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. 8 of the Hamas fighters were killed as Israel gets ready to ramp up the war in Gaza City, approving a plan to call up 60,000 reserve soldiers. Now something new in the crackdown on crime in Washington. A probe into whether crime stats were falsified to make the city look safer.
The Justice Department's investigation into D.C. crime numbers follows President Trump's order for a federal takeover of the Metro Police Department, which has brought hundreds of National Guard members to the streets of the nation's capital. It's not clear what federal laws could have been violated by the possible manipulation of crime data.
Fox's Tanya J. Powers. Beaches are closed for swimmers along the East Coast as Hurricane Erin moves north, even though it'll stay out to sea. The storm is causing dangerous rip currents and whipping up the surf. America's listening to Fox News.
An official message from Medicare.
I turned 65 this year. I knew it was time to figure out Medicare, and I had questions, like when to enroll and how to enroll. So I went straight to the official source, Medicare.gov, to get the facts about Medicare. I found answers to all my questions, and I'm ready to get started. And so can you. Just go to Medicare.gov to get the real facts about Medicare.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
You're great at protecting your own personal information. You probably even use things like two-factor authentication, strong passwords, VPN. But as much as you try to be in control of how your information is protected, there's lots of places that also have it. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every single second for identity threats. If your identity is stolen, a LifeLock specialist is going to help solve the identity theft issues, guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% off your first year with a promo code Beck at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
While U.S. military leaders focus on trying to stop Russia's war in Ukraine, 3 ships are being deployed off the coast of South America in the war on drugs.
The United States military is sending 3 guided missile destroyers to the waters just off Venezuela. The American Integrated Naval Weapons System uses computers and radars to track and guide weapons to destroy enemy targets. These ships are expected to arrive soon, according to the military, and have been assigned to the region to support counter-narcotics efforts. President Trump has been putting pressure on Mexico and South American countries to do more to counter drug cartels, which he says are committing crimes in the United States. John Saucier, Fox News.
The U.S. recently doubled the reward, leading to the arrest of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro to $50 million. He has deployed more than 4 million militiamen to counter the U.S. ship deployment, saying no empire will touch Venezuela's sacred soil. There's a legal battle over a school shooting in Texas, a massacre 3 years ago that left 19 students and 2 teachers dead and was infamous for law enforcement taking more than an hour to go inside the elementary school to confront and kill the gunman.
Meta, the parent company of Instagram, is urging a judge to dismiss a lawsuit filed by the families of the victims of the 2022 school shooting in Uvalde, Texas. The lawsuit claims Instagram allowed gunmakers like Daniel Defense to market firearms to minors. The families allege suggestive ads such as Santa Claus holding a rifle targeted underage users, including the Uvalde gunman, who opened a Daniel Defense account before his 18th birthday. Meta's attorneys argue there's no proof the shooter saw the ads and that the posts didn't break the platform's policies. Carmen Roberts, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures are down modestly. The morning after a big tech sell-off led the Nasdaq down 314 points, but the Dow gained 10. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
News Talk 710 KURV, broadcasting from the Valley's all-American truck headquarters studio at PayneAutomall.com.
The time is 7:05. This is the Valley's Morning News. It's News Radio for South Texas for August 20th, 2025. Thank you for making us a part of your day. Now, if you're on the radio, thank you. Join us on Radio Para Mí. Download the free app and you can listen there. Show producer Fred Cruz, AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Catarina. He's the popular guy today because he's got rain in the forecast. I'm Sergio Sanchez. And in the news, with that rain come power outages. We had that brief blast of rain and thundershower activity in Mid-Valley yesterday. 10,000 outages reported yesterday afternoon for AEP, about 1,400 for Magic Valley. Yeah, likely to be intense if it happens. Maybe get some intense thundershowers today. We might see some more power outages. If we need to, we'll go to AccuWeather sometime today and have a conversation with them if it gets interesting. Meantime, up in Austin, the Texas House might have made some big changes to congressional maps in Texas. The plan, though, will likely wind up in court as soon as it passes.
Several groups have filed a motion in federal court asking for an injunction to block the map. The head of the National Redistricting Foundation says state lawmakers moved ahead with the plan despite what she describes as bipartisan opposition. She says the state legislature is crafting a new, more extreme gerrymander on top of an existing gerrymander she says would add insult to injury to communities of color, which account for 60% of the state's population. The lawsuit itself asks for a hearing on the injunction in September, with plaintiffs writing an expedited process can ensure a resolution, including an emergency review by the Supreme Court if necessary, by the 2026 election.
Alan Skaya reporting. And now look at your property taxes. A newly filed lawsuit is testing the limits of the state's property tax law.
Lawmakers recently passed a bill that limits how much cities can raise taxes without an election. Austin is proposing a huge hike, and that's triggered a lawsuit. It suggests the ballot language is trying to trick voters into a forever tax increase.
Ballot language has to be definite and certain so that it does not mislead the voters.
Attorney Bill Ayrshire says if passed, Austin's tax increase would continue for years, which would be illegal. The lawsuit comes as the Texas legislature takes up property tax reform as part of a second special session.
That's Michael Board with that report. And here's Russell Scott with new job numbers for the state of Texas. And Texas is leading the nation.
Non-farm payroll jobs increased over the year in 19 states, with Texas leading the way. Texas added more than 232,000 jobs from July to July. That's according to numbers released by the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. The seasonally adjusted civilian workforce now just under 16 million here in Texas. That's up 196,000 over the past year. The unemployment rate in Texas holding steady at 4%.
Google introduces its Pixel 10 phone today. Hey, and look who's on TikTok now. The Trump administration.
On Tuesday, the White House posted its first video featuring President Trump promising to deliver a better life for the people all across this nation. The video's caption reads, "America, we are back." This comes as TikTok's future in the U.S. remains uncertain. Trump has extended a deadline for TikTok's Chinese parent company ByteDance to divest or sell the app, pushing it to September 17th. I'm Mark Mayfield.
Congress set aside $40-some-odd billion to finish the border wall in the Southwest. It will be painted black. Why? We'll talk about that right after AccuWeather. The time is 7:08 on News Talk 710 KURV. I want to say thank you and good morning to Dougie and all the gang at Martin Farm and Ranch. Certified dealer for Purina liquid feed is Martin Farm and Ranch. We got thunder showers in the forecast. AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Catarina. So what would you peg the chance of rain today, Jason? 40%, 60 or what?
No, again, like a 20-30% chance. So not a super high chance, but enough that some spots will definitely hook up with some pretty decent rain. So
Viking. Is that would be anything which would be east of Highway 281, the I-69 portion, like Hidalgo County, right? Close.
Yeah. Again, there's just not a lot of flow going on, so it's mostly fired off of the sea breeze and outflow boundaries. So, with storms, sometimes you get that heavy rain, and if you're not really near the storm, you get that nice breeze that comes out of it. That's an outflow boundary. So those help to fire up storms as well. So that's what we'll be looking at today. Again, kind of that sea breeze and outflow boundary storms popping up.
I tell you what, that outflow was really gusty yesterday. We had about 10,000 customers that lost power yesterday in the area, about 1,400 for the rural areas here in the Mid-Valley. But by the way, did you get that email from Freddie? Did you see any rain reports? Because
I actually found a really good site here, the Mesonet here. So I'm looking. Is it Weslaco or Weslaco?
I'm gonna give you a.
You got to give me some pronunciations.
That's right. Think it this way: Westlaco.
Westlaco.
It's Westlaco.
Oh,
Westlaco. Yeah,
Weslaco. Okay, so Weslaco got just about an inch.
Yeah,
and then up toward Lynn. There's a report of 0.8, and right next to it, there's a report of, let's see, that's Sol del Rey. There's a little lake or something up there.
Okay, yeah,
pond or something.
Yeah,
right around there, they got just over 0.8, and then just south of there, a report of 0.6.
Yeah, so North Edinburgh, Lynn, San Manuel area, the chorizo factory. Yeah, about close to an inch. Weslaco, though, and that was like in a short period of time. Because, we saw on the horizon, we could see, Weslaco on the horizon, and it was dark, almost dark as night. And then with 30 minutes, poof, it disappeared. So I bet you there was a little bit of flooding there in the Midwest. So it's that scenario, but here or there, and if it happens, it might be intense. So
yeah. Looking on the map north of McAllen, it looks like there was some rain, but there's not like any gauges right there. But it's showing at least graphically on the map that there was some shower action above there as well, and out northwest of Hidalgo, out toward McCook.
Yeah, so just heads up, and if we need to, if it hits a city and it gets real interesting, then obviously we'll be calling AccuWeather. We'll do a Q&A with him later in the day. So join us on the drive home for a recap of this, because we got rain in the forecast today and tomorrow, and what would you say, like Friday as well, maybe?
Right into and through the weekend, to be honest. In fact, it looks like a better chance as we head toward the beginning of next week as Aaron pulls away. There'll be a little bit of lingering low pressure in a trough in the Western Gulf that could bring us some showers.
Okay,
nothing tropical, but just an average area of low pressure.
Sounds good. It is our day today. Freddie, yours truly, and of course you as well, and probably everybody in the audience, unless of course they adhere to their let's say Muslim faith or Jewish faith. It's Bacon Lovers Day today.
Oh yes,
extra bacon. Oh my goodness. It is not only pecan pie day; it's chocolate pecan pie day. Oh man, that sounds really good for dessert. And we celebrate where you and I and everybody we celebrate radio today. We finally got a National Radio Day, like on a weekday, right? And we were thinking of playing like Donna Summers or Queen, right? Or Rush as well. But no, we'll probably get knocked off the internet if we do something like that. Oh, you're not licensed to play that. You've been banned in Singapore or something like that. All right, pal, call you next hour. That's AccuWeather and meteorologist Jason Caterina. The time is 7:13 on the Valley's Morning News. Nearly a third of businesses are likely to increase prices by the end of the year.
A new report by LendingTree found that more than 30% of businesses surveyed said they expect their prices will be higher in 6 months than they are now, while only 5% said that their prices will go down, and 65% said their prices will remain steady. LendingTree's report also found that businesses in Rhode Island, New Hampshire, Montana, Washington, Oregon, and Vermont were most likely to say they expect to increase prices in the coming months. Survey results come during a period of uncertainty over President Trump's tariff rollout and continued pressure from inflation. I'm Chris Caraccio.
Interesting note from the entertainment world. Boxer Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. jailed in Mexico after being deported from the U.S. And alcohol sales in restaurants across Texas appear to be dropping, and the drop is rather steep.
Looks like many of us are no longer having that beer or that glass of wine when we go out to dinner like we used to. Kelly Erickson Struford with the Texas Restaurant Association tells NBC5 that consumers are feeling the pinch of higher prices.
Almost 40% of Texas restaurant operators reporting that their alcohol sales are down compared to 2024.
Another factor, Gen Z and some millennials just aren't big drinkers. And when they do drink, it appears they don't drink as much. That's left a lot of restaurants and even some bars serving up more non-alcoholic cocktails and offering more games and promotional nights to get people in.
Yeah, you know what it is, Freddie? It's us, the generation bringing up kids, going to the restaurants. And then you got the menu with all the colorful drinks on it. And, of course, all the sprinkles of salt and chile and all that. And the kids asking, hey, Ma, yeah, what is that? No, you can't have that. You can't have that. Yeah, they should do like a slushy version, right? I bet you they would make money hand over fist. Sell slushies or raspas at the restaurant. Make some money that you're not making on, and, of course, charge a premium, like $8, right, per drink. Time is 7:15. This is the morning news on Newstalk 710 KURV. Up next, a focus on the RGV economy. And, man, we have several teams out there. Man, they are shaking the trees hard. Try to jar loose some of that fruit, that harvest of jobs in South Texas. Joaquin Spammer joining us with RioPlex. Next, we're looking at some of the efforts to recruit more jobs to the area. That's next on the Valley's Morning News.
Viking, dedicated to creating travel experiences for the thinking person with programs designed for cultural enrichment on board and on shore. Discover more at Viking.com.
Come into Genesis of Harlingen today and soak up the feeling of the dynamic yet elegant design and cutting-edge technology that makes up the amazing Genesis vehicle lineup. Visit today and choose from a great selection like a 2025 Genesis GV80 for $509 a month for 36 months. Come see where refined sophistication meets powerful innovation at Genesis of Harlingen at 8521 West Expressway 83 in Harlingen. Shop from the entire line of Genesis online at genesisofharlingen.com.
You know Martin Farm and Ranch is the Valley's premier Purina feed dealer.
We're so much more than a feed store. Come on in.
Stay Tough Superior Fence Products.
Yeah, we got it.
Electric fencing, parts and supplies.
Yep, we got that too. Show feed and supplements. We got them. Deer feeders and blinds. We got them.
Live animals and pet supplies.
Got a hungry dog? We can help you. Martin Farm and Ranch Supply. So much more than a feed store. Just look for the horse.
The voice of the next generation of conservatives.
The Charlie Kirk Show, weeknights at 8 on News Talk 710 KURV, KURV.com, and on the Radio Potami app.
News Talk 710 KURV is your station in South Texas for Houston Texan football. We got another game on Saturday. Broadcast time about 11:30. I'm trying to avoid talking about the Astros too much. They're breaking my heart. Gee, they forgot how to bat. Like 3 games in a row now, they haven't scored a single run. But we got them again. Astros baseball, 6 p.m. coverage today on News Talk 710 KURV. Made possible by Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women and the Mission Economic Development Office. Let's focus on industrial development, job recruitment for the area, and someone who would know about that pretty much all of his life in business. Joaquin Spammer from Grupo CIL in the studio on behalf of RioPlex, the vision. And for those of you all just joining us, remind you of what RioPlex is. It's the effort to combine. What was it your wife said? It is using the power of business recruitment at the speed of business, something to that, right? So that way we can use economic development efforts and put the testosterone of business, salesmanship, and see if we can land some of these jobs for South Texas. So RioPlex trying to sell this entire region. Quick status report. What can you tell me about the effort to
hello,
bring
Sergio. Good
Welcome
morning.
back, yeah.
Thank you for having me again. Yes, we are at the speed of business.
Yeah.
RioPlex is moving forward. As you know, it's an industrial initiative. It's a promotion industrial initiative. We have a slogan that is the RioPlex Industrial Revolution. We're trying to bring more industry to the valley, and we're doing it from the private sector in collaboration with a lot of the public sectors, with a lot of the EDCs. But we're very proud. We're moving forward. It's been a long summer, very productive long summer, and we're ready to go.
You've got a team. RioPlex has a team attending, whether it's in Europe or other places, national conferences, making sure that they know we exist. Northern Mexico, Southern Texas, we're ready. We got land, we got the sea, we got the spaceport, we got people, young people, the university. We are ready. Just come on down here, open up shop at this time when it's real popular to do business in the U.S.
That's the hardest part, Sergio. Sometimes you can have whatever the market needs, what the industry, the businesses are looking for. But if you don't sell yourself, it doesn't matter how big your advantages, your competitive advantages are. If they don't know who you are, if they don't come to the region to visit, to understand what we have to offer, there is no way you can sell the region if they don't want to get to know it. No.
Joaquin Spalmer, on behalf of RioPlex, the private and public industry recruitment efforts, a new effort for South Texas that is also working, like rowing in the same direction as the folks at CoStep, at the Valley Partnership, and the Economic Development offices down here. Let's recruit, because, yes, with this new administration, there's a lot of reshore. Man, almost every day I'm seeing headlines of appliance manufacturers, car manufacturers, pharmaceutical, computer chips, all coming to the U.S. And we got trillions and trillions of dollars that have been committed for expansion of operations or new developments or redevelopment in the U.S. We can capture some of that. And if we could briefly, we don't have to name any names, but I know there's some good news on the horizon. I want to start with is it where, like when you keep going south towards South Texas College and the detention center for Border Patrol, there's a big tract of land that I know belongs to your CIL group. Mm-hmm. And I know we'll probably be hosting a big company. We're hoping that all that, is it pretty much a done deal? We're just waiting for the announcement of it, or we're almost there?
We're almost there. We're working with a European company on a weekly basis. We have meetings with them twice a week. Mm-hmm. That was a win for the McAllen EDC. They were able to secure the interest of this company to move to the Valley, to move to McAllen. We were lucky enough to be considered their partners here to build the building for them. It's a pretty big automotive company. You're looking at 250,000 square feet manufacturing plant.
That's big. How many acres are you going to put that on?
We're going to put it in 20 acres.
Okay. And how many acres do you have at that big tract out there?
We have 120 acres where you're going to use lot 6 for that company. And it's very positive. And this shows, Sergio, how positive it is when private sector is working with the public sector. The folks in McAllen, the mayor, Isaac, Liz, Ralph, he's involved in every meeting that we have with the company.
Ralph Garcia.
Is unique. Yeah. So hopefully we're going to have good news. Hopefully in the next couple of months, we're going to announce the name of the company, and hopefully we're going to be starting construction.
A manufacturer like that brings with it very good paying jobs for the folks that are able to get those jobs. If it would be a 250,000 square foot facility, so that means that plus parking space. So the rest would be on the parking space would be on the rest. But companies like that tend to, or they're like magnets. They need like suppliers and other. So I'm thinking the rest of the industrial park, your park there, probably would host complementary type of industry for something like that.
That is correct. We already have 2 closings on 2 properties.
That complement the
not directly, because we still are under an NDA. We cannot disclose the name of the company or what they're doing. Yeah. But we have 2 closings on 2 properties. We already have the engineering for lot number 3. That's 175,000 square feet. Mm-hmm. That building is under an LOI. We're working on the PSA. We should have it closed within the next month or so. So you're looking at a very positive scenario in the McAllen Nearshoring Park.
Yeah. There's so many different institutions that would be needed to make something like this happen. And I know we have them, which is the university, South Texas College. Even the school districts can provide some assistance on that. So on the education side, the due diligence has been done. They've already done the research, and I'm sure the commitments on, okay, you need a a pipeline of workers was ordered. Here we go. We got the colleges. We even have TSTC in Harlingen. We got everything that you need to feed into something like that. Joaquin Spalmer from Grupo CIL. RioPlex is the private-public initiative to try to recruit industry to South Texas. We're really hoping to hear, I know the commitment is almost there, maybe the next 60-plus days, hear a big name for McAllen. Congratulations to the gang at the Economic Development Office and the gang from RioPlex and so many other entities from the colleges and everybody else to come together and make this happen. We're looking forward to that big announcement. But there's more than that. There's other deals. You got deals in FAR that are closing.
Yes,
Thanks
to the folks in the FAR EDC. We just closed this past week, a deal with a Fortune 200 company that is moving to FAR in what we call our Quiztown cold distribution center. It's a 142,000 square foot building that's landed. The contract has been signed. We're probably 70% into construction. It's moving forward really rapidly, and we're very proud of it. And the mayor was instrumental for us landing this deal. Something in FAR, right next to the Queenstown Park, the Queenstown Cold Storage Facility, La Bonanza Avocados, owned by a very good friend of mine, Gabriel Villaseñor, just initiated a process to build 60,000 square feet of cold storage in lot number 2. So you're looking at 220,000 square feet being built in FAR. So that's very positive for the city.
Very nice. Already committed. It's just
committed. It's in the process. It's under construction.
My goodness. Brownsville area near the port. You have a lot of acreage out there, and they have an industrial park nearby. We were talking about this yesterday. Talking a little bit about you as well and RioPlex yesterday. So tell me about the potential for developing all that acreage near the port.
I think that the city is doing a great job with the 700 acres. We believe that my group, Seal Capital, is going to be one of the investors in that industrial park. But for now, last Sunday, we had a great meeting with a company from Michigan, with my partner, Carlos Garcia, and the mayor, John Cohen. We have dinner with them in downtown Bronzeville. It was a great meeting. Basically, we already have the permit for the construction of 180,000 square foot building right on Highway 44, very close to the Port of Bronzeville. That building is going to be occupied by this company. So we are very enthusiastic. I want to say thank you to the mayor, to John Cohen for all his help in helping us landing this deal. So we already have the construction permit. We already secured the financing. We're ready to go.
And just like that, I'm almost out of time. Chihuahuas, this block of time. Let me get to the nerd stuff, the numbers. Top of mind. You don't have to be very specific, but this is a massive economic impact, jobs, investment. So let's take it a piece at a time. From top of mind, best guess, the most intelligent guess, because you're close to the action. The big project in McAllen that we hope, if and when it does close and we get the commitment, we make the announcement, we have the party and all that stuff. Potential investment in dollars, and how many jobs do you think that might be? Let's start with McAllen.
Very good. In McAllen, we're looking at around $40 million on the big project brought by the city of McAllen. It's $12 million on the building in lot number 3. In FAR, you're looking at $22 million investment in my building, and about $12 million in La Bonanza Avocados building, and it's $14 million in Bronzeville. So you're looking very close to in between $60 to $70 million worth of investment.
Total investment. You have any idea what the job numbers might be?
Yeah, we're looking at about 400 jobs total in all of the buildings.
All 3 projects.
All 4 projects. It's 2, 4, 5.
Well, that's right. That's a couple in
projects.
So about
it's
400
2 in McAllen, 2 in FAR, and 1 in Bronzeville.
My goodness, that's wonderful to hear. What's on after all this? What's on the calendar? Is there like a major international conference where you're sending the team, RioPlex
Well,
team
we have
there?
a very important meeting tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock in West Laco. We're promoting the city of West Laco as an industrial hub. Yeah. We're having major investors, banks, engineers, the land developers. We're having a meeting tomorrow at 9 o'clock in the morning. And we have a lot of things in the pipeline, Sergio. It's we strategize during summer, and we are implementing during the rest of the year and the beginning of next year.
There was one other topic that I had made note here in my little chicken scratch. Yes. Let me see how much time I got. Auto cluster. Because there was an auto cluster conversation. We're so close to San Antonio, where we should be somehow developing more jobs or maybe more complementary industry to truck stuff up to San Antonio with Elon Musk and the Gigafactory for the trucks, Toyota up in San Antonio. So what's the latest on maybe getting a few more jobs and more industry to complement auto production in Central Texas?
I think that the clusters are great tools, perfect tools to get all the industry together. Mm-hmm. By having a binational auto cluster and some other clusters that Sergio and his team are working on, Sergio Gracia, I think it's going to be very positive for the region. I think that's great tools that we need down here. And RioPlex is going to promote that we have clusters in the region, and we're going to promote that that's a good asset for businesses trying to move to the region.
Yeah, and the one that's shaking that tree, the gang over at Costa, right there.
Yes, it's Costa. Sergio Gracia has a very good understanding on what a cluster means. He has worked on clusters in the past, so we have a great team working on them, and we highly encourage them to move forward, and whatever we can do to help, we'll be there.
Looking good. Thanks for stopping by, Mr. Spalmer.
Thank you, Sergio. Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. By the way, Weslaco, we get to feature the EDC office tomorrow, Weslaco, on the morning news. Joaquin Spalmer on behalf of CIL Capital and, of course, the industry recruitment effort of RioPlex. This is the morning news on Newstalk 710 KURV. We got sports, and sadly, yes, another bad report for the Astros, but at some point the bats are going to wake up. Sports next on 710 KURV.
It wasn't that bad.
At Rivetta's Machinery in Donna, they're bringing the best deals on Coyote equipment to your job site, your farm, or your backyard. Right now, take advantage of 0% interest or up to $6,000 cash back on Coyote track loaders and skid steers. These are machines built for maximum performance no matter the task. But don't stop there. They're also offering fantastic savings on Coyote tractors, zero-turn mowers, and utility vehicles. And whether you're hauling something, mowing, tackling other big jobs, Coyote has the equipment to help you get it done. If you're looking for great deals and great service from a team that treats you like family, look no further than Rivetta's Machinery and Coyote. Start your next project right. Visit Rivetta's Machinery in Donna or browse their deals when it suits you at mynewtractor.com. That's their website, mynewtractor.com. Rivetta's for the long haul. See dealer for full details.
Introducing the newest destination for luxury in the Rio Grande Valley, the all-new Mercedes-Benz of Harlingen. Come visit Michael Fall, General Manager, today and discover the perfect blend of elegance and power at the all-new Mercedes-Benz of Harlingen. A true triumph of luxury, now open at their exceptional new state-of-the-art location at 8522 West Expressway 83 in Harlingen. We shop the competition so you don't have to. Dale gas!
Hi there, my name is Tony Bolstead. My wife and I, Carol, own Sand Monsters. We'd like you to come on out and have fun. We've got a half-mile long track out here. It runs across about 3.5 acres. I have adult cars and kid cars, getting laps in, learning how to drive on the sand. And we also lease space to Redline Helicopters is one of our tenants here, and they've got a pad and they do helicopter tours. Lone Star National Bank and the team there really helped us get this thing put together, answered all our questions, huge help.
I am Stephanie Harrison. I am the second generation owner of Sisters Interiors on South Padre Island. We had always dreamed of owning our own land and owning our own building, using our design team to create what you see here today. That's how we got involved with Lone Star National Bank. We partnered with them and they helped us, create the dream.
Aggie football returns to News Talk 710 KURV. Howdy, this is Andrew Monaco, voice of your Fightin' Texas Aggies. Tune in Saturday, August 30th for kickoff of the 2025 Aggie football season on News Talk 710 KURV.
The 710 KURV Sports Desk is brought to you by Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women.
The Texas Rangers were unable to hold on late as another crucial game slips away for a Royals win last night by a score of 5-2. Both sides got off to hot starts offensively, Texas first with a solo homer from Corey Seager in the top of the first, directly followed by a solo shot from Vin Pasquantino for the Royals, tying the game at 1 apiece. The Royals would then pull away in the 8th with a 2-run homer from Bobby Witt Jr., further increasing Kansas City's lead over Texas in the wildcard race. Game 3 of 4 of the series is set for tonight at 6:40 with Noah Cameron on the mound for the Royals, while the Rangers are undecided after having to scratch Jacob deGrom due to a shoulder fatigue. Despite an outstanding defensive performance, the Houston Astros were held scoreless once again in last night's loss to the Detroit Tigers by a final of 1-0. It's no surprise that this one turned into a pitcher's duel, with the starting matchups being the Tigers' Cy Young winner Tarek Skubal against the Astros All-Star Hunter Brown. Brown finished with 6 strikeouts and 5 hits allowed through 6 innings pitched, while Skubal fanned 10 Astros while only allowing 3 hits through 7 innings pitched. Next up, the Astros look to salvage Game 3 of the series today at 12:10. With your Texas in the Morning Sports Report, I'm Jet Nelson.
AccuWeather says rain in the forecast. It might pop up here or there. Could be as intense as we saw in the Mid-Valley, West Laco area yesterday. So heads up. Already have some shower activity offshore. It's in the Gulf. Kind of stationary, not moving very much. That's from Brownsville radar. Highs today should be close to triple digits. And rain in the forecast tomorrow and the next day, says AccuWeather. So join us for conversations with AccuWeather about this. Border Bridge wait times is posted on KURV.com. As you're driving back to Brownsville or McAllen, hour and a half at B&M, hour at Gateway, and about an hour at the Veterans Bridge. And driving back to McAllen, that's how we're doing. About 30 minutes at the Far Bridge, 45 at the Hidalgo Bridge. And let's see here. About 10 minutes at Unson Lewis. This is the Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV. Business news check of your money. Up next. You're looking to make more money. You want to get into the business of real estate. But, man, you don't have a license. You don't have any certification, no training whatsoever. What you need is the teacher, the best teacher. That would be the sensei, right, Freddie? The sensei of real estate would be Brian Reed. If you're looking into and getting into the real estate business, trust Brian Reed to teach you step by step, make you part of the team at the Ryan and Brian Real Estate Team. Yeah, he's waiting for your call at 956-307-4544. You want to get into real estate? You need the best teacher in this entire region? That's my friend Brian Reed. I'm going to give you the phone number again, so get a pen, get your lipstick or something, write it on the windshield. I'm going to tell you the number here in a second. If you are already in real estate, you're already an agent, and you're looking to grow your business, man, you got to call the top team, the Ryan and Brian Real Estate Team. Speak with Brian Reed directly. I'm going to give you the number. And if you need a teacher, show you the ropes, that's my friend Brian Reed. You're successful at something else, but yeah, you can be in real estate thanks to Brian Reed. He will teach you. 956-307-4544. That's 307-4544, or visit the website, ryanandbrian.com, and click on the career tab.
If you're selling your home, don't be trying. Call Ryan and Brian. Go to ryanandbrian.com.
Come experience larger-than-life luxury and design at Bert Ogden Infinity in Edinburgh. You're invited to come in and choose from a great selection of new Infinities available now. Drive off in your own 2025 Infinity QX60 with 0% APR for 36 months. All available with Infinity Premium Care Maintenance Plan for 3 years. Experience luxury as it's meant to be at Bert Ogden Infinity on the corner of Alberta and Expressway 281 in Edinburgh. Shop from the entire line of Infinities online at bertogdeninfinity.com.
As you heard my conversation with industrialist Joaquin Spalmer, man, we got industry and jobs like a flood, like a tsunami headed this way. Very good things happening. And congratulations to all the gang on the front lines from RioPlex, CoStep, the partnership, the economic development entities, Mission, McAllen, Brownsville, Harlingen, Edinburgh, all you guys. FAR, you guys are working really hard. I say this because yesterday we spent 2 hours at the Economic Development Office at Brownsville, the Greater Brownsville Incentives Corporation. And one of the assets that we have in the Valley, that's a major asset. It's like the job generation asset is the port, our port. Building ships, breaking ships. They got all the steel products, steel operations, more tenants on the way. They have this big food manufacturer, and of course, liquefied natural gas. I tell you all this so that as you listen to KURV, you listen to talk radio because you want to be informed on news that matters, pocketbook issues, economy issues. Go to the website portofbrownsville.com, portofbrownsville.com. Sign up for the free newsletter, monthly newsletter, and get the breaking news, business news from portofbrownsville.com.
Audio streaming on KURV.com. Powered by South Texas Buick GMC, McAllen Mission.
I'm Nicole Murray with Your Money Now. Epic says it's developing roughly 200 different artificial intelligence features for patients, clinicians, and insurers. Epic unveiled an AI charting tool with its Microsoft, which was one of the most highly anticipated announcements of the year. Investors expect Walmart's management to strike a cautious tone on customer demand as the U.S. labor market cools and inflation ticks up, though the company has outperformed its peers over the last year. LSEG data says the world's largest retailer by sales has surpassed earnings estimates for 11 consecutive quarters. Analysts suggest Shein's reported shift of its headquarters back to China could mark a final effort by the retailer to keep its embattled IPO on track. The company reportedly confidentially filed for an initial public offering in Hong Kong last month, shifting its aspirations away from London. Futures are currently mixed. Tuesday, the Dow Industrials gained 10, the Nasdaq down 314, the S&P 500 down 37. That's Your Money Now.
Your 710 KURV AccuWeather forecast, exclusive AccuWeather forecast. So highs today should be upper 90s, maybe, get plenty of sun. Western Valley will get triple digits, but should be, for the most part, upper 90s. And rain here or there should be popping up in several places. And that's the scenario for the next 2, 3, 4 days going into the weekend. We got rain in the forecast. This is the Valley's Morning News on Newstalk 710 KURV, and we got Fox News coming up in 2 minutes.
Come into Volvo Cars Edinburgh today and find the Volvo that's right for you. Shop from over 40 new and certified pre-owned Volvos today. Get comfortable in the incredible new 2025 Volvo XC60 with all new technology and innovation that makes the Volvo brand stand out from the rest. Lease one today for just $729 a month. We shop the competition so you don't have to at Volvo Cars Edinburgh, official sponsors of UTRGV football. Dale gas!
I proudly represent the McCaleb family, Mark and Carla, their entire McCaleb family. I lovingly refer to them as the McCaleb clan from Weslaco. Pillars in our community, 60 plus years, loving on Valley families at a time of stress and loss, separation. Yeah, the McCaleb Funeral Home family in Weslaco, they just do things different. It's a celebration of life, a very interesting concept in how to help the families negotiate that very stressful time. Now, the reason I speak on their behalf is because of something my mom and dad helped me with a long time ago. We all have an expiration date, and mom and dad, they sat down and they pre-planned and they prepaid that funeral event. And that's why I'm here reminding you to do. I'm going to give you Carla's personal number. Call her, text her, and tell her, hey, Serge, we're talking about you again. Can you please send me someone to Brownsville? Send me someone over here in my office in Harlingen, or over here in Mission, McAllen, Edinburgh, wherever you are. They will send somebody with a family. Pre-plan, prepay, put it on the shelf, wait on the Lord. And when that time comes, believe me, it makes a big difference. It did for me. For my mom and dad did this for me. It makes a huge difference. So call or text Carla McCaleb and set up that appointment. They'll come to you, 956-650-2050. 2841.
Improve your overall health and enjoy a better quality of life with Dr. T's Primary Care. You're trying to set some new weight goals. If you're too moody or stressed out or just tired and trying to get more sleep, Dr. T's Primary Care can help you with all of that. And more if you're worried about things like low testosterone. Dr. T is a primary care provider from the sniffles to the flu and also offer menopause treatment, peptide treatment, and IV vitamin infusions. McAllen area, call 956-803-0058 and in Harlingen, 956-368-5247. That's drt'sprimarycare.com.
This is your news, weather, and talk station. News Talk 710, KURV, and KURV.com.
Wednesday edition of the Valley's Morning News for August 20th, 2025. It's News Radio in South Texas. The pulse of Valley business is News Talk 710 KURV, also at Radio Para Mí. Show producer Fred Cruz, AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina. He's the popular guy today. About 20-30% chance of rain, so will pop up here or there. I'm Sergio Sanchez. News on 710 KURV, a service of Jay Gonzalez Injury Attorneys. Ready to fight for you? Call 1-800-CAR-CRASH.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. Pope Leo returned to the Vatican from his summer vacation with the message, Invito tutti fedeli a vivere, asking Catholics and other religious faithful to observe a day of fasting and prayers for peace in Ukraine and other war-torn countries. The date is set for this Friday, August 22nd. NATO leaders meeting virtually today
to discuss security guarantees. Those will help President Zelensky build support for any kind of land concessions needed to make a peace deal.
Fox's Alexandria Hall for the White House. Russia's President Putin dials up Turkey's leader Erdogan. The two talked about the situation in Ukraine, while Putin's foreign minister, Sergei Lavrov, saying today the U.S. has an increasingly clear understanding of what he's calling the root causes of the Ukraine crisis. Putin invaded Ukraine in February 2022. America's listening to Fox News.
Latest polling out of Texas Southern showing the Republican race for Senate in 2026. That race is tightening.
Just a few months ago, Senator Cornyn's reelection effort was floundering with a significant double-digit deficit. Now he's trailing Attorney General Ken Paxton by just 5 percentage points. Pollster Mark Jones.
The problem for Paxton is that the pending divorce highlights one of his principal Achilles heels, and that is ethical concerns.
On the Democratic side, it doesn't appear close and not in favor of the only candidate.
Allred is the one confirmed candidate, and of the 3 potential rivals against him, Beto O'Rourke clearly stands out with a 20-point advantage.
Allred leading State Rep James Talrico by just 7 points.
In Austin, Chris Fox, News Talk 710 KURV.
DHS Chief Kristi Noem saying that President Trump has ordered that the border wall be painted black. Why? Well, black, it's really hot in the day sun and would be very difficult to climb. And President Trump's immigration policies are putting a spotlight on crimes committed by illegals.
ICE detainer requests to jails in Texas are soaring as federal law enforcement go after those who were let into the country during the Biden administration. Art Arthur with the Center for Immigration Studies says it's a numbers game.
The potential pool of removable aliens who do commit state and local offenses has gotten that much bigger.
Detainer requests force jails to hold inmates until the feds can pick them up. The big question going forward, will there be the detention bed space to accommodate them? This week, Texas opened the Lone Star lockup at Fort Bliss.
News Talk 710 KURV is your station in South Texas for Houston Texan football. Also Astros baseball. We got the Astros tonight. Let's see, Astros. They're on the road, right? Astros on the road. Yeah. So Davis and Zach will be updating us because it's a day game, right? They got to hit the road again. So updates on the drive home 4 to 6. Astros baseball made possible by Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women and the Mission Economic Development Office. In Edinburgh on Monte Cristo, we got Amigo Power Equipment. Stop by and visit with JP and Jeff. They've got the Kubota LX series, #1 selling compact tractor in the U.S. Amigo Power Equipment has the Kubota equipment to get the job done at the ranch, at the lease, whether it's the powerful zero-turn mowers, all the other equipment to traverse all that acreage. But right now, the LX series Kubota tractor, #1 selling compact tractor in the nation. Premium features, versatile, dependable, and they say comfortable as well. So why don't you stop by, put your butt in one of those seats, and get a feel how comfortable those tractors are. from Kubota. Stop by, visit with JP and Jeff today, and take a look at some of the savings. Everything I mentioned to you right now, you can get this information and even more specifics from KubotaUSA.com, KubotaUSA.com. Right now at Amigo Power Equipment, get your select LX2520 SU series, the Kubota tractor, $19,999 or $295 per month at Amigo Power. Again, Kubota select LX2620 SU series, $19,999 or $295 per month, now through September 30th at Amigo Power Equipment in Edinburgh on Monte Cristo.
Come experience larger-than-life luxury and design at Bird Ogden Infinity in Edinburgh. You're invited to come in and choose from a great selection of new Infinities available now. Drive off in your own 2025 Infinity QX60 with 0% APR for 36 months. All available with Infinity Premium Care Maintenance Plan for 3 years. Experience luxury as it's meant to be at Bird Ogden Infinity on the corner of Alberta and Expressway 281 in Edinburgh. Shop from the entire line of Infinities online at birdogdeninfinity.com.
If you're looking to improve your overall health and have a better quality of life, Dr. T's Primary Care is the place to go. If you feel tired or stressed or less motivated, if you're moody or if you have trouble sleep,